At 2 weeks old, we were given the diagnosis that our daughter could not live off life support, that she would never be able to survive outside the hospital walls, and we had to make choices about what the remainder of her life would look like. We had never heard of pediatric palliative care, and that was one of the options that were given to us. So we had 3 choices. We could stay in the hospital. She could stay in the hospital. At some point we would have had to return home. We could bring her home on hospice care and have hospice come and support us, or we could attend a facility that was focused on pediatric palliative care. My husband and I thankfully had already had end-of-life conversations for ourselves, and so when we were given those choices for our daughter, it wasn't really a choice. We wanted her to have grace in her life for however long or short that might be. So while I would have loved to take her home, I wanted to see her in her room, that we had created for her, her nursery. It wasn't realistic for us. I knew the amount of stress we had been under the last 2 weeks. I knew the amount of medications that would be required to even just keep her maintained. So we chose to take her to a palliative care facility. Now in the United States, there are only 3 in our country, so that's not an option for everybody. But palliative care is an option, whether at home or in the hospital. And so when given a fatal diagnosis, a terminal diagnosis, there are choices.